Good morning, Jane Mott of Jane Mott Hair and Makeup Services, and I just thought I'd come on today and do a quick explanation of all the different foundation applicators that are available. So I've cleansed and moisturised this morning using my 3 essentials. So I've used my cleanser, and this morning, because I have slightly oily skin and I've got a bit of a breakout on my chin at the moment, I've used my Mary Kay Clear Proof cleanser. I've then used my Mary Kay Time Wise 3D Age Diminishing Eye Cream, which I have to say I'm absolutely loving. It's been out a year, the 3D Skincare Miracle Set, and I was using the top of the range Time Wise Repair Eye Cream, and actually with this new 3D Age Diminishing, I'm actually really impressed with it, and I've swapped down to that. So in a way I've downgraded, but I haven't, because it's the latest one out. And then I've used moisturiser with SPF 30, and I'm also concentrating on my neck and lifting. I'm of a certain age where I don't want to develop any unnecessary movement here, so I've also been using the Mary Kay Time Wise Body Targeted Action Toning Lotion right across my chest area, my décolletage, and up onto my neck to lift it of a morning. So I've done the five essentials this morning. I've not used any extra supplements. Actually, my serum this morning, because mine always include a serum, I use the Acne Pore Purifying Serum, again because I'm having a breakout, but I would normally use my vitamin C. So I've cleansed, I've used a serum, I've used my eye cream and my moisturiser with SPF in it, so I've covered all 5 of my essential skincares. So I'm next going to apply my Mary Kay Foundation Primer. As you can see, I've been using this for about 5.5 to 6 months, so it's nearly gone. I will cut it open and scoop out the last bit soon, but now there we are. Just needed a tight squeeze. So can you see I've got just a smaller little squiggle, I would just say a fat grain of rice, and you just smooth, comes out as a gel, and you just smooth that over your whole face. Now I've got my mirror behind my screen because it's always quite difficult to do makeup straight into a camera, so I've put my mirror behind, so if I look like I'm looking above, that is why. Oh, my little Harley's come to say hello. He's my little Springer Spaniel, he's 2. So he usually sits on the bed behind me and patiently waits while Mummy does makeup, because he knows that his walk's not far behind. So, foundation application brushes, liquid foundation application brushes. Mary Kay have recently brought out this fabulous blending brush. You can see it's really densely impacted. It's an oval shape. It is very fine bristles. It is so soft. This is going to give you full coverage if you apply it by putting your foundation on the brush first. If you dot your foundation on your skin and then blend it, you're going to get a medium to full coverage. The Mary Kay liquid foundation brush, which again is very densely packed, and it's got this lovely slant, and my customers absolutely love this brush. So what you do with that is you put the foundation on the back of your hand. Let me show you. Put the foundation on the back of your hand. You pick up, can you see? Pick up some on the brush. Now if you go dollop straight like that, you'll find this brush will make it a little bit streaky. So if you stipple the excess off on your hand, and then you can apply it, and straight away you can see you can see the coverage, and there's no streaks at all. And then for others, you might favour a beauty blending sponge. So you always use these wet. They've got a lovely flat base, and again I would pick up the foundation from my back of my hand, and then you can just stipple it And this will actually give you a much lighter coverage. So if you prefer a lighter coverage, you can build it up, you can pick some more up and go back. It's also great because you've got this pointed end, so when you want to go around the eye or the nose, or even if you put your concealer on, which I'll do in a minute, you can just literally blend that in with that. This is my favourite. I do like a full coverage, so I actually do like a bit like toothpaste actually, isn't it? So I've put my foundation, and the reason this one doesn't streak as soon as you put it on is it can you see I put it on, but then when you look back at the brush, it's just sunk gently into the very top, but it's so dense it doesn't go very far or very deep, and it just gives me, I always worry a lot about my dark circles around my eyes, so I always start sort of my nose eye area. The chin's always a little bit darker. I imagine it's because it's part of the T-zone, and so there's more oil in that area. So can you see, and if you look at my eyebrows, you can see I've got more foundation coverage on that one. Oh, little tip, I always have a face cloth on my lap. Stops me A, spilling any makeup, means I can wipe my hands, and if I need to wipe any excess off brushes. I also have a little pot of Q-tips, cotton buds. So, oh, silly me, clumsy. So that, like the toothpastey bit of foundation I put in there, is still in the brush. I'm just going to use a little. You can, if you don't want quite as full a coverage, you can dot it, or see, I just do a little swiggle. I think when I wear glasses, my nose gets a bit red and a bit. Then, this is also great for taking the excess out your eyebrows. And then because I have dark circles, I love to use the Mary Kay Under Eye Corrector, which is peach in tone, so it neutralises the bluish purple. A lot of makeup videos and artists, quite correctly, and this is how I teach it, say to do it in a triangle application. So you actually, this is a heavier product than the foundation. It's got waterproof, so you can just blend it with your fingertip, and you create this V. And you see how that completely brightens the face and takes away the dark circles. Now I like to put the excess up over my eyelid because I've got hereditary dark circles. And also I like to put it here. So that's the, if you like, the correct way. But because I use quite a lot, and I'm a bit obsessed about my dark circles, and you'll also see girls do this with concealer when they're highlighting, I tend to do a big, like, a patchy swipe, you know, like war paint for an Indian, under my eye. It does the same sort of job. I can easily pull it down the side of my nose, and there's plenty here to go in the triangle effect. So whatever you're more comfortable with. I use quite a lot, so that works for me, but if you only want a little, then you can just dot and dab it. And again, that product lasts me 5.5, 6 months, and I use that every day, sometimes twice a day. And the liquid foundation lasts me 6 months. In fact, the foundation primer is 5.5. Oh, this goes on forever. There's hardly any. You only need. There's hardly any left in it. But you, I usually put it on at the same time as I put my primer, because I'm doing the video. I got a little bit. I can't get any out. Why are they all running out at the same time? How dare they? It's all right. I have them in stock. So if ever you're running low of an item, you haven't got time to get down the shops, or the shops are closed, drop me a text or an email, even out of hours, because I'll pick it up the next day, or even on a Sunday if you're desperate. If I've got it in stock, you can collect it. Or so this is eye primer. I like to put it under my eyes as well before I put the under eye concealer, but I forgot today. That's prime for my next stages. So then I like to put powder foundation, which can be worn on its own. So for those of you that don't like liquid foundation, you would apply your Mary Kay foundation primer first, and then you can go straight to your Mary Kay mineral powder, and they come in different colours. This is beige 1, this is ivory 2, and I tend to be beige 1 in the summer when I've got a bit of colour, and then in the winter I go back to my ivory 2. So this is where this brush comes into, which is a Mary Kay powder foundation brush, and where it differs is, again, it's densely packed, beautifully soft, and these are all synthetic, so they're suitable for vegans, vegetarians. Can you see it's flat, sort of slightly domed, and it means that when you put it on your face, as long as you don't put any pressure on it, it doesn't dent, whereas an oval brush, as soon as you put your finger in it, can you see that? This is, you see how it holds my finger? So these are like little talc pots, so you just undo the little pot top, where's remember to close it so it doesn't, and you've got a little bit of powder in the lid, and you swirl your brush over it, and that same little circular motion is how you apply it to your face. And I always say to ladies, think of your face as a hot cross bun and work on each quarter. And this is where I pull my funny faces to make sure I get the powder in on all the nooks and crannies. I won't say crevices, I refuse to have them. If you've got quite long facial hair, you might want to just stroke it down so it sits flat. Other people prefer these big fluffy, this is a Kabuko, but we also have a big powder brush in our Mary Kay brush set, and I think they just prefer it. It's lovely and soft, and again, circular motions with the powder. This is also great for blending your cheek colours, and it's also great just for putting a little bit of, I like the sheer powders with this over here, and I put it on my bride's collarbones. So that's a little explanation of the minefield of brushes. So you've got your beauty blender sponge that you use wet, which will give you a light coverage, and you can just stipple and blend, and it's also great for blending your concealer, etc. You've got, and it can be used with any of the liquid foundations. We've got our new beautiful blending brush, which will give you full to medium coverage. You've got our liquid foundation brush with the lovely angles. It's really easy to use, which will give you medium to light coverage. And then you've got your mineral powder brush, which again, mineral powder is buildable, but it's a much lighter, if you use it on its own and not over liquid, it is a much lighter coverage. And we also do a sheer powder if you just want a sheer powder just to set your liquid foundation. And I would just dust that on with one of these big fluffy brushes. But so this is your mineral, so these are your powder brushes, these are your liquid brushes, and then you've got your blending sponge. So I'm hoping that gives you a little bit of explanation on to which brush does what for your foundation application. And all of these are available through my Mary Kay website, which is marykay.co.uk//jmot. I will put it in the link below. If you would like to get together with me over a Zoom call or face-to-face to try these brushes and see which you prefer, and also have a foundation colour match, I am more than happy to do that. That is completely free of charge. And bring your makeup bag along at the same time. We can do a quick review of it, see if I can help you with anything else. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and hope to see you soon. Cheerio.